Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God, what is going on with the Real Housewives of Atlanta? They have just taped the season 16 reunion, and it's been revealed, first of all, that Brit Eady was not even there. The girl that caused so much drama on the season between her and Kenya, they caused so much drama, and then she didn't even show up to the reunion. And come to find out, the picture that Kenya posted. Remember, Kenya kept saying, I'm going to be vindicated. I'm going to be vindicated. I did not post Revenge P. Come to find out, it was not even Brit. It was not even Brit. So we're going to get into all of that in this video. But first, if you're watching, if you're not familiar with this channel, I'm Laya Lynn. I do celebrity news and nostalgia, and I also do the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Potomac. And today we're talking about the Atlanta reunion. This whole season has been a mess. This rebrand that they tried to do with these new ladies, with the exception of Angela Oakley and maybe Kelly, the whole season has been a mess. But let's just start with Brit. So we know that Kenya, a lot of people say that Brit got Kenya off the show, but in reality, Kenya did get her own self off the show. It was her own actions, and she's been very forthright and apologetic about accepting and acknowledging that it was her own actions and that she was wrong for showing the pictures that she showed. Yo, why did Brit Eady post that she finally saw the pictures and it was not even her? So she posted on her story last night. She said, as everyone is now aware, I'm not attending the reunion. This was my decision. The events of this season have devastated me. And while I cannot say much right now, I do want to set the record straight about one thing. The graphic sexual photos surrounding the events in episode 5, that photo was not me. So after all of this, after Kenya getting fired and all of this drama, it was not even her. And y'all remember in that scene, she was not in the building when the picture was shown. Kelly was not in the building. No one close to her, from what we know, was actually in the building. So all this time, she thought it was her, and it wasn't even her. Y'all. So she went on to say, as the episode makes clear, I did not see the photo at the time. Rather, I was made aware of the photo being presented at the event, and based on what I was told, assume that it was somehow a photo of me, which is why I reacted in the way that I did. I do not know who was in that photo, but upon seeing it for the first time recently, I now know it was not me. In other words, I did all of this for nothing. She said, I look forward to seeking accountability and moving past this dark part of my life. Brit. Now, we do know that Brit is a fan. We know that she is a fan of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she finally got on the show that she was a fan of. And the way that she was interacting with Kenya was like as a fangirl. Like she wanted Kenya to hug her and squeeze her tight and like a big sister. Like she was a fan of Kenya. That's what it looked like. And she wasn't getting what she wanted from Kenya. Kenya was treating her like a stranger because she was a stranger to Kenya. And so when it comes to reality TV, and I feel like when it comes to kind of like women like this who like to play games and play tricks for reality TV, I am not surprised that the photo that Kenya posted on that poster board was not even Brit. I'm actually not surprised about this because I feel like this is how people play mind games. Like for Kenya to have, let's say it's a poster board with 4 photos, and for 3 out of the 4 to be Brit, and then the one out of the 4 that's actually not Brit be the one that's graphically explicit. It's like a mind game. It's a mind game that actually backfired and I got Kenya fired. But now we know that Brit did not even show up to the reunion, which to me is in essence quitting the show. To me, if you don't show up to the reunion, that means you're quitting the show. That's how I see it. And so Bravo released the seating chart. And it's a mess. Why do we have friends on the show? Like to me, when I see this seating chart and I see Cynthia sitting there and even Phaedra, to me, Phaedra so far is giving friend of the show because she's coming in at the last minute. And so you have them with seats closer to the center. You know, we center Andy. So they have seats closer to Andy than Drew, who has been a big storyline for multiple people on this season. It's giving mess. It's giving this show is a mess. They need some help. They need some help because this is not it's not working. So looking at the seating chart, this is how I would do it. Of course, we have Andy in the center. And Portia, I would give Portia first chair. I would give her first chair, but I would actually put Angela Oakley in front of Shamia. I would give Angela Oakley first chair. even over Drew, because I feel like she's pulling out stuff that's real. Like Portia is giving fake storylines with Drew allegedly wanting to sleep with Dennis. Like that's all fake because Portia can't talk about her real life. But Angela Oakley is getting things off camera, like she's turning on her phone and recording them talking about her, saying Portia saying that she wants to sleep with her husband. So Angela and Portia have enough beef for Angela to have that first chair. And then I would put Shamia because I feel like Shamia has been somewhat of a letdown. She's been somewhat of a letdown. And so I would actually put Drew on the other side and I would put her beside Portia. I would let that little tension that they have, I would let that marinate. I would let that marinate, and then I would have Phaedra next to Drew, being that she came in the last minute, and then I would have Cynthia come in maybe second or third part of the reunion, being that she was a friend of the show. But in any case, I want to get into what Kenya had to say about this entire situation, especially since she realized that Miss Brit Eady didn't even show up to the reunion. Once it came out that Brit Eady didn't even show up to the reunion, Kenya tweeted, "I'm disappointed to not be a part of the Roa 16 reunion taping today." This was at 1:42 p.m. She said, "Please know I take." Now this is her trying to get her job back. Sometimes you gotta humble yourself. She said, "Please know I take full accountability for my actions and deeply apologize to all those affected, including Brittany, the cast, crew, guests, and viewers. I look forward to seeing you all back on Bravo soon." So to me, this is again Kenya taking accountability. I swear she did this publicly like multiple times, like in another tweet, on Tamron Hall, and in her YouTube video. Like she's taken accountability several times, but she's doing it again. And I feel like it's to get her job back. Like Kenya wants her job back, and why wouldn't she? So someone said, "Girl, if you said this earlier, you could have been a part of the reunion." And Kenya said, "I actually said this in my confessional video on YouTube over a month ago, but thanks for rooting for me." And she also retweeted Kempire. Shout out to Kempire. He said, "And I'm sure Kenya probably wanted to say this in person and on the platform that it happened." And she put a purple heart. So y'all put some purple hearts in the chat for Kenya. Kenya was playing a mind game. Kenya was playing a mind game on Brit by posting someone who apparently looked like Brit enough to where people believed it was Brit. And so, with that, you might not have been able to see the person's face that well. Like you can see the skin color, and if it's someone around the same size, the same shape, and the same skin color as Brit, then it could definitely confuse people. It could definitely confuse people, and it could definitely play a mind game on Brit. But come to find out, it wasn't actually Brit. And so now Kenya, as far as we know, at least for season 16, Kenya lost her job. Brit quit her job. Like it's been a mess for season 16. It was not sweet at all. This season was not sweet at all. It was not what I was looking forward to. Portia couldn't even tell her truth. Like she couldn't talk about her divorce. Shamia was somewhat of a letdown because it's certain things. I feel like I need to do a whole video on Shamia, but I feel like Shamia is a clout chaser. No matter how much money she has, it's still a certain amount of fame that she wants. And I'm going to get into that in another video because she said something in her Breakfast Club interview about Portia and when exactly her and Portia got close that kind of let me know what it was that she wanted from Portia. So that's a whole nother video. But Shamia was a letdown. Angela Oakley to me was like a standout, and I would actually like them to add Sheree back onto the season for next season, even as a friend of the show, being that Sheree allegedly dated Charles Oakley. I feel like we need to see that play out, and I feel like Bravo might be considering that because I heard that Sheree was at like Bravo Con or whatever kind of con they just had. Sheree was there. So I feel like they might be considering resurrecting Sheree once again just to bring her on camera with Angela Oakley. To me, Kelly did okay, even though she is a flip flopper. And Drew, I feel like this was a standout season for Drew, even though I still feel like she is not the most honest person. I feel like she's coming into her own, especially the way she was handling Portia and had Portia running out the restaurant. I feel like Drew is coming into her own. Phaedra, I don't know what Phaedra is going to do this season, but Cynthia did a good job as being a friend to the show. Y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about it being revealed that Kenya, the photos that she showed was not even a real photo of Brit. It was not a real photo of Brit. It was a mind game. She had people thinking that she showed a photo of Brit, and it cost her her job. And it seemed to cause Brit to quit her job Y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think. As always, thanks for watching. What's up, you guys? So it's Laya Lynn, and I wanted to have a little chit chat with you all. First of all, I'm celebrating my 9th year on YouTube. So, first of all, let's just give it up for us. When I meet a lot of you guys in person, you tell me that you have been here since the start. Like when I first started doing voiceovers about the real and things like that. And second of all, I wanted to talk about what we're doing over here on this channel, which is primarily audio content. Like you see me coming on camera more now because of AI and YouTube. I have to come on camera now to like show myself as a real person. But in general, I still consider this primarily an audio channel, a voiceover channel, and I've built almost 500,000 subscribers. Like my whole empire, if you will, has been built on audio content, voiceovers. If you include YouTube and Facebook, we're almost at 500,000 people. And so I wanted to talk about the power of your voice, the way you speak to people, your word choice, speaking in a soft way, a feminine way, because I see on social media a lot of people, a lot of women especially, saying that they want to learn how to speak differently. Maybe, whatever you've been through causes you to speak to people in a certain type of way, and you're starting to realize like you can't talk to everybody the same, first of all. And you don't always get what you want when you talk to people in a way that they're not receptive to. You know what I mean? It's a strategy in how you talk to certain people. If you want to learn how to be softer, talk in a more feminine way, I feel like I'm the one to teach you. Because I get so many compliments on my voice. People like the way I talk. I'm not over here yelling. I'm not over here screaming. Like, I'm always true to myself. And so I've created a live experience. June 30th, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We are going live. We're going live. It's a live experience. If you want to learn like how to speak softer, how to speak in a more feminine way that gets you what you want, I'm teaching you all of that. Speak softly, win big. It's a live workshop where I am teaching you strategies as far as how to talk to certain people so that they hear you. Because I think a lot of people don't realize like the way they talk to people, like that person doesn't even hear them. Like if you're talking to people with a certain tone, even a certain volume level, certain word choices, people shut down. A lot of people don't even hear what you are saying to them. So this is a strategy session, June 30th, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Click the link to register. I'm keeping it small on purpose so that I can give you live feedback. We're talking about everything, not just professional communication. We're going to talk a little bit about professional communication as a Black woman, but we're also talking about like communication in dating. Because the way you talk to a man or a masculine person in general, it makes a big difference. You could be the whole package, but some people could overlook you. They might not even hear what you're saying because of the way that you're talking to them. So we're going to talk about communication strategies, June 30th, 7 p.m. We are finally going to talk about what a lot of you have been asking me to talk about, which has a lot to do with like femininity, softness, and things like that. All right, so I'll see y'all there. Now, if you made it this far to the end of the video, then I think you like my content. So make sure you subscribe and check out my channel. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. Check out my playlists and my podcast, and I assure you, you will like more of my content.